everybody. Today I'm working on a special project. It is a monogrammed applique pillow for my mom's husband, Carl. I know that I've said this 1,000 times that I'm going to have to keep bringing it up every time I'm doing something to do with it. He recently passed away. He has two young grandchildren, and I wanted to make something for them to remember him by. And my mom's not ready to do anything with his clothes, and I couldn't think of anything I wanted to do, but every time he was a veteran, every time he would go into the Veterans Hospital, he would get a blanket, which is this, but it's just a piece of felt. I can't think of anything less comfortable to be laying under, but he got them. When my mom was cleaning up that week she had off of work, she found like 10 of them, and she was like, "You want these?" And I was like, yeah, I guess. And it's really nice felt, but it's still just a piece of felt. So I have a travel pillow that is 14 by 20. So I cut my 4 squares, because I'm making 2 of these, cut my 4 squares at 15 by 21. This was cut from regular felt on my Cricut. It's about 8 inches wide, and I centered it on here, both horizontally and vertically. So it's 10.5 inches in this way, which is right in the middle right here, because this is 21. And then I think there's like 3 inches in between, because they're 8 inches wide, but they're kind of, it's an M and a B, and they're both different sizes. And then I pinned this down. I'm not showing you all this because I did most of it while there was a guy here working on my air conditioner for the second time this week. So sorry about it, but I mean, center it. Center it any way you can. Pinned it down, not super good. This one's got a little, a couple of little spots of, it wasn't even really squeezing glue, it was just me kind of like wiping my glue gun nozzle on the back, because I don't know if you can see that right there. There's a little bit of glue that's kind of showing through. I'm not going to let it bother me. They're not going to be bothered by it. So pin this on, get it nice and flat, enough pins so it won't shift, move, buckle, whatever. And then here, of course it's upside down. This is the B for his youngest granddaughter, and I am appliquing this down. It's still got the pins in it. I'm going to show you, it's not really much of a video I guess, but I'm going to show you how to applique this down. I'm going to stitch the pillow together by machine and then come back, put the insert in and tell you how to finish it by hand. But before we do any of that, we have to get this onto here. And you could go with your sewing machine and matching thread that matches the applique, not the background, and go over and like zigzag this really carefully. I could have done it in a minute, but I wanted this to have at least a homemade feel to it, because it is homemade, and if I had done it all by machine, it would have looked like something you bought in a store, and I don't want to do that. So from where you're at right now, I don't think you can see that this is like halfway done. It starts like here. This is all done all the way up to here. So I'm going to zoom in, and I don't know how I'm going to do this, because normally I would be completely over this, you know, like hanging completely over it, but let's see what we can do. Whoa. All right, let me see if you can see the stitches now. See, I mean, they're just barely there. And I like I was talking to my mom, she was over here, and I said, I think I like it better that you can actually see some of the stitches. Just because it does, you know, somebody's gonna look at it and say, okay, well that is handmade. So I have a single length of thread, it's not doubled or anything. There's a knot on one end, and I'm just using a sharp needle, not a sharp, it's called a sharp. And I'm gonna start off by going in right behind here. So I'm not going all the way through both layers, I'm just going through the applique. There's my thread sticking out. I'm going to just get that in the back. This is really blown out by the lights. Yeah, my white balance is like, what are you doing? Okay, and to work on this, I did some of it like just down like this because I was trying to keep everything flat. And I know I'm not going to go through both layers, so I'm coming at the top. I'm going to sneak in behind here, grab a little bit of the felt, the gray felt, and bring it back up through the pink. And I know this is very hard to see because it's, you know, same color on top of the same thread, but it's there. So into the back, that's better. Let's see if I can do that. Am I even on screen? Of course not. Take a little bite out of the back, come up through the front. My camera's like focused, my camera focuses on the middle of the table, which is right here, and I'm like way back here, so forgive any awkwardness. Take a bite underneath the applique into the gray and come back out. And this is not perfect. This is not how you would do applique if you were doing like a quilt or if you were doing something really fine, but this is felt. And it hides a multitude of sins because it has a little bit of a nap to it. I am taking advantage of that because I can. You know, it's just like, these are the materials I'm working with. If I was sewing, or if I was appliquing like a cotton fabric onto the felt, like that would be a different story. But this is raw edge applique, like nothing's turned. As you can see, you can kind of see there. I'm gonna give it just a little bit tight. You don't want to pull it too tight because you don't want it puckering. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I mean, as long as the kids don't pick these up and start slapping each other with them, I think it's gonna be really sturdy that I've done this by hand. And also, I need a I need a handheld project every now and then. You know what, if I put, what am I trying to do here? Let me take my ruler back out. You're not gonna be able to see this. I'm putting the ruler in between this and that because I'm like hesitating. Let me zoom out again. The ruler is between, because it's folded in half, because I just want to be able to kind of go in without worrying about catching the back. I don't think I would, but it's making me hesitate, which is just making me go really slow. So hopefully when you're doing this, you're not in front of a camera. You're holding it comfortably, and you're not trying to make sure your giant head doesn't get in the way. I'm gonna do a little bit of this, and then I will come back when it's done. I mean, once you get in a rhythm, I should have been all the way around this bee by now, but because of the way I'm trying to do it to show you guys, it's you know, it's difficult. Once you get in a rhythm, you're gonna go really quick, and you would not be sewing it down like this. I mean, you would be holding it to where you were comfortable. I said that like 4 times already. Can you tell I'm uncomfortable? I'm uncomfortable. And we're just gonna go all the way around, just like that. I need this one. So this is the right side, this has no side, so we're gonna put the right sides together, or, you know, make sure our B part is up. And I'm not gonna go like crazy pinning this because it's felt. It's gonna pretty much stick to itself, so I'm gonna do, like, let's do the corners. Because I hate sewing with pins. Making sure the corners are even. And if these don't match up perfectly, because, you know, felt is difficult to cut, notoriously, don't worry about it. They should definitely be the same size, but if it's off a little bit, to be fine. I'm going to leave a big section of this open because we obviously need to get the pillow form in, and you don't want to do this. You want to do this where it's least visible. So if the pillow is sitting on the bed, this is going to be the bottom, or if it's sitting on the couch or whatever. So we're going to put our hand stitch seam down here, and we're not going to do it on any corners because we want those to be nice and neat, sharp. And yeah, there we go. There's our sandwich. You can kind of, don't tug it. Ow! Every time. Yeah. So I'm going to take this into my office in the other room, and I'm going to sew from here all the way around and stop it here. I'm going to do a couple of lock stitches when I start and a couple when I stop. We'll come back. I'm going to flip it inside out, and we're going to shove that insert inside of there. But first I do have to go and finish the applique, but I want to show you how to pin it together, so I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the pillow I have. It's from Walmart. I think they're like they're under $4, like $3.50 maybe, $3.40 something. I don't know. I could scan it, but who cares really? And first thing I'm going to do is break the law. Oh wait, I am the consumer, so I can definitely cut this off because I don't want that inside the pillow. Alright, so it's just, I mean, it's pretty soft pillow. Alright, so what I've done is, how did I get this? I put this needle down and it's completely wrapped around my scissors. I'm actually gonna flip this over because I changed my bobbin to orange so you could see, but you can't see anything, so there we go. I stitched 1/4 of an inch all the way around except for our opening right here. And then I went through once everything was done and just clipped these corners a little bit, not near the intersection of the stitches, just so they turn a little bit easier. And now let's watch this thing gives birth to itself. And I'm going to start off in one of these corners. Grab that, grab this corner, flip it out. Alright, so here's my pillow. I hope I made this big enough because I don't want to stretch this. So I'm just going to smash it in there. That's strange. There's a little bit of extra room. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's still gonna function as a pillow. I guess I could just have gone a little bigger. See, this B is so big because it's longer. Like, look at the M compared to it. Like, the M is a lot smaller. But it's still, they're both the same width. Okay. So it's a little open in these corners. I'm not gonna worry about that. Especially because as you use this, it'll flatten out some, and she is brand new right now. Grabbing my needle. Okay, so this is our sewn edge. I'm gonna come in right where our machine stitching ended. And it might be a little awkward to get it in there, but piece of thread, and I'm going to fold as I go. Fold it under that 1/4 inch that we sewed all the way around. And now my thread is coming out on this side, so I'm going to do the ladder stitch, which is taking a little stitch on the side facing me, and then a little one in the one away from me. I've done this before. There's a hand sewing, I think it's called like three stitches you need to know, and it makes these little bars across. You see the little bars, and when you pull it, it closes up and it looks just like everything else. This is difficult. This is even harder to do on camera than the other thing, because I would definitely have this like squeeze between me and something else. I'm gonna take a pen. Just fold that in. Okay, so I've got most of that pinned, so I can hopefully now, you cannot see. I'm trying to stitch on black on black. So here's my thread, it's coming from here. There is a piece of hair that I have sewn in and out of here like 5 to go. Right, I don't know, because I'm looking at the little bitty viewfinder. See these little lines in between there? I'm gonna pull gently, and you see it closing up. Oh crap! I broke this thread. Okay. Crap. Gently, but you know, I just broke the thread, but you can see how it closed up. Hope you guys enjoyed this. At least you know how to applique and make like a memorial pillow. I keep saying that like it's a thing. I don't think that's a thing, but yeah. So yeah, I'm not thrilled about this. I may just go back and completely redo that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to throw up some pictures of both pillows completed, or it might just be this one depending on when I get the other one done. But thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.